Welcome into the Chopping Beef Show.
What's the matter?
I
What's
am the
up?
Beef.
What
Thanks
is
for
that?
joining us today.
It's cold. How we doing?
I love that when the music started. I was
You look
watching
like
your
a
little.
penis with a Santa Claus hat on.
I was watching.
I wonder what my employees will say about me tomorrow when I wear this to work.
I was watching your little thing, and you were like rushing. You had it next to you. You were all ready to go.
Oh,
That's
you could see it?
fantastic. Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know
I
you
couldn't
could
see
it.
shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was going like this.
I can't see you. I
Oh,
can't see you.
God.
I can see myself.
Well, when you're producing the show, I have to have us on the little screen, and then all of the comments to just weed through who's commenting and who's not. But welcome
Right.
into the Christmas edition, jingle, 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 jingle of the Chop and Beef Show. We're so happy
My
that you're
balls.
here. Literally, you are here. One person watching. We're so thankful that you
Listen.
are here.
A lot of people right now are wanting to experience Christmas with us. They're wrapping their presents, they're listening to their Christmas music, and they're getting ready to hear a lot of fuckery.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah. Absolutely.
Who doesn't want that for Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of that, let's get right into this thing today. JJ, we have this wonderful outline here today, and it's wonderful. It really is. There's so many good talking points. But you were telling us before we went live about your day yesterday. Do you mind sharing what you were talking about yesterday? What you did yesterday?
The day off.
There's not a lot going on during this time of year in my kind of business. No one's wanting to make changes anyway. Blah blah blah. Blah. So I decided to do a little Eddie. Decided to do a little day drinking.
As anyone should do during the Christmas season.
What else brings out the Christmas spirit like alcoholism after lunch?
Day off. I mean,
right. I answered work emails.
It was Little Friday.
It was in cursive, so it was very nice, very well done. Right. So yes, I do a little day drinking, and then of course, you do what you do. You got to get home, but you're hungry at the same time. So I go by Wendy's and I get that chicken parm cheeseburger.
Wait. So it's a burger? I thought it was a chicken sandwich. It's a burger?
It's a burger patty and a chicken patty with the marinara sauce.
Oh, my goodness. Did they throw in a defibrillator for you?
Oh.
They should have.
Did you get, like, mozzarella sticks with that, or do you get French fries? Like, how's that coming in?
They got French fries.
But you get like a mozzarella stick on the burger too, right?
No. But it would have been nice though, kind of like a toothpick, That'd have been.
I think I've seen what you're talking about. It's like a fried piece of cheese, like
that's what I thought.
Right?
Yeah.
No, it's just like cheese on top, just melted. But it's a breaded chicken patty.
Sounds disgusting.
How was it?
It was awful.
Nailed it.
Tasted like wrapping paper, for Christ's sakes.
Are you sure, because you were day drinking, that you weren't actually eating wrapping paper?
I wished the alcohol would have killed the taste. It did not.
So you just keep drinking the Jack Daniels?
Well, I did. Yeah, that I got home and just decided to get really in the Christmas spirit and watch some Christmas movies and cry and drink at the same time. It's like, let's watch Love Actually. Oh, that's a good one.
What?
It's a great
Christmas
one.
Movie?
It is actually one of my. It is definitely my favorite Christmas movie.
It's based right around Christmas. 5 weeks to Christmas is when it starts. I mean, I've never seen it.
I've never seen it. No,
you've never seen Love Actually?
I'm more of like a diehard Christmas movie kind of guy.
Oh no!
They're the same thing.
1 and 2. However,
he's in this movie.
Huh? It's like an all-star cast in this movie, man.
Hugh Grant,
right?
Okay, hate him.
Bill Nye, who plays the rock and roll star.
I'm on IMDb here. Okay, stand by.
Yeah,
you got Colin Firth. He's in this.
Is this like a British movie?
Emma Thompson.
Yeah, there's some British. Shannon Elizabeth is in it.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Laura Linney.
In it.
Laura Linney. Yeah. It's a who's who.
Emma Thompson.
One story is very relatable to what was my family situation. And then one of the characters definitely reminds me what I'm turning into. So it scares the shit out of me.
It's really into one of these things. They intertwine like 8 stories, and they're all connected in a way. It's really well done.
It's like a
Also,
Christmas
this is
Pulp
8 very
Fiction.
different couples. Yeah, okay. Yeah, never seen it. Nope. Missed
Well,
it.
it's a
Sorry.
great Christmas movie. So anyway, where were we going
But
with
Die
this?
Hard's definitely like 1A.
Yeah, I was searching for Die Hard on television just a minute ago. Missed it.
Yeah. So there you are. So,
Cool.
this time of year, just my spirits get uplifted. I believe in the positivity, humanity, and it causes me to have a little bit more beverage than I should.
Right. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. At least you're not robbing banks. Like your fellow Chief fans.
Allegedly, he's not been found guilty yet.
Allegedly, he was just happened to be wearing a wolf mask. Is that
How
right?
many people got a wolf mask?
Who doesn't wear one on
out
a
to
random
Halloween?
Tuesday?
Is this screaming like movie or like
Conspiracy theory?
Netflix series?
Okay.
At least a Law and Order episode. This whole story is insanity. Ripped from the headline.
I have actually met the guy.
You really have.
Yeah, I really have. I met him twice down here in Tampa, and then I've met him a couple times at Arrowhead. Yeah.
So he travels too. This isn't just
Yeah,
at Arrowhead.
yeah. I mean, he's super fan. He goes down in all the games and wears that sweaty ass wolf costume.
You
I
think
still-
robbing banks.
The same. Hey, Kevron, Merry
Hey,
Christmas.
Kevron, Merry
Hey,
Christmas,
Kevron.
buddy.
I don't. The mask in the bank robbery and the mask he wears to the games looks different. Hey, the colon's fine there, Nelson. I appreciate that. It is flowing like the rivers.
Especially after the Italian Wendy's.
Oh,
that was helpful. Is that a thing? Like your guy probably was like, "Yo, go out and have this burger." All right.
Well,
you don't have any polyps. You're all good that way. But if you have this burger, it's better than the prep.
Well,
Fired
what
up.
I
How's your
decided
soul?
to do was I decided to go to Megalitos and get the $10 lunch special steak fajitas with smoked jalapenos on top.
Gross.
So I went
Yep.
for a real tester.
That was the base.
Right.
Way
I need
too
to get
far
I
off
need
the
to get I need to get those 4 pounds back.
Sheesh.
Is that what they took out? Mark King. He's a
Took
friend of the
out?
show.
So they took out,
Took out
dug out.
one way or the other.
Mark King. I don't know if you guys know who Mark King is, but he's a real dear friend of the show.
Okay.
I called him after I heard that you went to a Mexican restaurant, JJ, after your colonoscopy the other day. He's not happy with you. I'll be honest.
What's he do?
He's the CEO of Taco Bell.
That kid.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I guess he's not happy either.
No, he loves Taco Bell like
He
you.
wants-
and-
he wants-
Hey,
to know.
you just tell him Santa Claus ain't coming and keeps that shit up.
So we've
think-
used
I
that,
think
we've
he's
used that
hurt.
line this week, huh?
have we?
Yeah.
What? Is you got a dog now
He's
too?
not hurt. All right, good. No.
That was
Of course he's not hurt. That's a whiny cry.
I just saw the body language of my wife, and it didn't look happy. Let's just put it
That's a
that
good
way.
one.
At least so anyway, Taco Bell doesn't like you, but in this flip side, so I've been kind of staying off Taco Bell because the last time I had it, I had some major like indigestion. So I was just kind of not trying to eat it every week or every 3 days a week.
Other day, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the other day I wanted to clear my colon out. I went to Sonic because I love their damn Sonic blasts. And I had
What's your food review, Lux?
I had the Christmas party at Beefside. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it is. No elf on a fucking shelf either, I'll tell you that. But
Hell no.
I went to Sonic and I got because they have that Frito chili burrito, and I figured it's gonna be delicious. So I got 2 for $5 chili Frito burritos.
There's your sign.
Oh,
right. Didn't
you look
affect
a
me
little
a
thinner
bit.
this week.
Yeah, didn't affect me. And a medium cookie dough blast, which is like what you have to get. Anyway,
Dude.
I mean, Lunch of Champions. No idea why I'm 275 pounds. No clue.
It's a mystery to us too.
Going to a doctor here in a little while, and maybe he'll tell me. But I was hoping it was the chili cheese burrito equivalent. It was not. These
Frito.
things were like
Tiny.
this big.
Oh, like egg rolls almost.
They were.
Ooh, that's
They were. Oh, and I waited 35 minutes for my order too.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I had my work computer out. I was actually working. It actually was working, and it kind of didn't even notice it. But I was like, when did I put this order in? Oh, it says 12:31, and it's now 1:18. I guess it's more than 35 minutes, but I was like,
so worth the
Was
wait.
it worth the 35 minutes?
no.
Besides the size.
The medium chocolate chip cookie dough thing was worth the 45.
All right, but what
minutes.
about the
It was cheap,
burrito?
though.
Was it basically just Hormel chili wrapped in a?
Yeah, with some
Yeah.
Fritos in it, like a Frito in it, which
That's
I kind
good
of like that crunch. Taco Bell does like a
Well, that's why you get the
burrito
crunch wrap at Taco Bell.
Yeah, you get that little,
Yeah. And the
Beautiful.
potato with the breakfast. Yeah.
Have you been to the breakfast? I haven't done the breakfast.
Yeah, the crunch wrap breakfast. Oh, it's the best.
I have even done that once. Yeah.
But this leads to I don't know if you guys have been watching a lot of TV recently, but this is a Locks thing, and he ruined my night last night inadvertently.
Here to help.
And I don't know why I'm starting. There's a clear delineation.
We're all over the
between
place. Come on.
Page 1 and page 2, and I'm going literally to just page 2.
It's
Just
fine.
just
It
listen.
doesn't
to
matter.
And my doodle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already done.
You don't have to use any of it. You can do whatever you want. It's just there.
It's the Christmas special.
It is just here. Yeah, you're welcome into the Christmas special.
Hey,
Appreciate
come
you
on.
guys
I feel like I'm Dean Martin with the Christmas special.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
blah, 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 jingle bell.
So
You
Locks
are dead
put a lot of really fun stuff here to talk about, and the chop and beef content stuff, as JJ does every week. And
Locks took over this week. I'm happy about it.
No, I'm just...
Giving you the week off to day drink.
That's a good point.
We're on this fast food thing here, and Burger King now has a new jingle that's out and about. And Locks wrote this outline. He wrote it yesterday. He gave it to us about 6:52 in the evening, and I had whatever game on, the New Orleans Bowl on yesterday, and I swear every commercial, and I didn't watch that long of it. Every commercial break, it was is BK have it your way.
Whopper, 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 Whopper. BK has the Wonder Whopper. Dun, dun. And it just goes on, and then they just change it to a different item on the menu. BK have it. It's the best jingle ever.
But
ever.
Here's where it gets you. You've had BK in the last.
You've had it your
months.
way.
It still tastes like the backside of my asshole. It's not
so.
good.
So a jingle isn't necessarily going to make it taste better.
No, the worst French fries in the game.
Oh, you don't get them.
See, Steak and Shake still to me.
Oh,
go onion rings. You got to go onion rings.
These are
Yeah, that's
tasteless.
true. Go onion rings.
Oh God, they're like
And if
hollow
you're
almost.
really challenging, put some onion rings in the Whopper.
Yeah. Well, like I said the other week, it's a rodeo cheeseburger. They do it for you. But here, Nelson says it perfectly. The large Sonic Blast, this is 32 ounces of pleasure
Are you
in a
serious?
large. Yeah,
That's
this is where I've
big.
made a mistake, which is why
Jesus.
I always say medium, because
Do you realize
They
that's
put-
2 pounds?
they put 32 ounces, like he says, 20 pounds of ice cream and candy for $7. I think the one here in Hilton Head, it's only like $5.80 because the little one's like right up, or the medium's only like $5. But yeah, dude, I got it once. The first time I ever did it, I'm like, let me get a large. In fact, let me get 2 larges because there were like 2 blasts for $4 or something in Jersey, way out west Jersey. And they came out with 2 32 ounces, and I'm like, challenge accepted.
That's 4 pounds of ice cream.
That's a lot of ice cream. That's a lot.
I didn't get there. I didn't finish it, and I was. This chin was a little upset I didn't. But Nelson brings up a good point. I mean, for under $7,
Value.
It is value.
Yeah,
It is.
definitely value for a heart attack.
Well, ice cream.
Yeah, it's got to clog up something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good hell.
slips right through this GI system.
Oh, yeah?
Just
Nice.
right out the door. That's wonderful.
Later.
Takes the express lane. Speaking of express lanes, the segues are back.
Back.
Oh.
Transfer portal, college football, it opened up right
Big time.
December 5th or December 8th or December whatever, early December. I think the official count I had here was 4,622,511 kids entered the transfer portal.
Good.
So many names moving places.
Yeah.
So many coaches moving spaces.
Right.
What are we thinking about the transfer portal here, boys? Whoever start, just talk about it.
Locks, go, man.
And I meant to do this earlier. I apologize. I'm just doing it now. But
What research?
yeah.
Good.
Hey, in the outline, I wrote a sentence about it. There, I'm done. I thought it was funny. A couple things. First was people coming out and saying they're not going in the transfer portal. I think that's kind of funny. Like just keep on going to school. You like if you don't have to come out and make a whole video, Bo Nix, and say that you're still staying and going to school. Or there's several players that are doing it. There were some surprises. I didn't expect the Notre Dame quarterback Drew Pine to go. Don't care they did. DJ, you what? He can go away. He went to Hawaii.
Not
You
yet.
know your quarterback?
Yeah. No, don't you associate him with Clemson.
Not yet.
Good
He's
riddance.
still with Clemson.
Good riddance. Keaton Slovitz for the third time.
Well, what JT Daniels?
JT Daniels fourth time.
Fourth different school.
How about Graham Mertz? Is he 34?
I think so.
I didn't know he was even in the game.
He's about 36.
Yeah.
Got a wife, couple kids.
He's going to Florida.
Yeah. Of all places. Just really surprising. Some of them I thought were fun to watch, but yeah, what a wild world. Devin Leary,
Kentucky.
Did not expect that either.
Last ACC quarterback that transferred to the SEC, it worked out pretty well. So
did the Penn State quarterback leave too?
I probably.
No, he's 140.
Oh no, yeah, I think he transferred. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. All right,
here.
That's my piece. Go ahead, JJ. Sorry.
No. I interrupted you. This comes back to what we said a couple weeks ago. There's got to be a trade deadline. There's got to be a trading situation to give and take these schools. I mean, because I even heard one guy, and I cannot remember who, and I want to say he did not commit to Ohio State. I believe it was Ohio State, because someone offered him $2 million. Like 18 years old, and you're going to get $2 million. Now, I'm okay with that. You can make money for you and your family and help the world out for yourself. That's great. However, this is getting to be insane.
Yeah.
And the NCAA could have controlled this 5, 6, 10 years ago. And they decided not to and decided to push it under the rug. And now it's going to be nuts. It's going to be fun, but it's going to be nuts.
It is already nuts. And of course, here we go. Soapbox beef here. Soapbox beef. There's going to be a lot of kids that don't find homes. And then what are they doing? There was a wide receiver from Clemson the other day tweeted out, wide receiver, any of y'all need a wide receiver? DMs are open.
What?
In my mind, it means he hasn't gotten any offers or calls.
Right.
So it's someone like that you're like, oh, well, I hope.
He's putting him out there. He's putting himself out there for feelers because if I just got a new job at, let's say, maybe Nebraska, I'm looking at wide receivers.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or one that maybe if you were the new coach at Colorado, I bet you're looking for all kinds of transfer portal folks.
But you know what? And he's already getting a lot of kids already over
there.
And Wisconsin, Fickle's got to make a new impression with Wisconsin people.
Yeah, but a lot of these guys are already making those calls, and so that this made it seem like he's not getting any calls because there's a lot of movement already.
Oh yeah,
and there's a ton of movement already. The ink wasn't even dry on Deion Sanders' head coaching. He was still coaching one more game, the Heritage Bowl and the historically black HBCU. Excuse me, HBCU game.
Nailed it.
He loses that game. His son transfers like the moment he got dressed. They had the other kid, Travis Hunter, 5-star DB wide receiver. He made it a show yesterday. He transfers right up there.
Where's Deion's son going to go play?
Colorado.
Oh.
He's the quarterback.
I thought there was some mystery out there.
No.
Shador.
Well, let me ask you this, because the same week that everyone's dropping into the transfer portal and give me a job and pay me well, does this really matter about recruiting classes now?
That's what it's hurting.
Because now it's like, okay, hypothetical. Minnesota's #1 recruiting class. Well, that just means to me, if I'm a coach with another team, I got a bullseye on Minnesota's team and who they're playing and who they're not playing.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, they're not playing this kid I was going after for a while. I'll give him a shot next year,
Yeah.
You are going to need, I know the athletic director has to take care of all the sports, but you're going to need a GM for football.
Something.
Yeah, they
that's how crazy it's getting.
Yeah,
they pretty much already have it. Yeah, and there's tampering. Like we're not going down that tampering road. But
I'm not going to go down there, but
it's happening too because it's illegal for coaches to reach out to these players that are in the portal before they're in the portal, officially in the portal.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not illegal for players
to reach out to
parents to reach out to the player.
So it's a one-way street.
Buddy,
you can go this way, but not that way.
No, I'm talking Graham Mertz, right? Mm-hmm. And you got Locks Parker and Graham Mertz are buddies from growing up, and you're at Florida. You can call Graham and be like, dude, because Billy Napier said, yo, Locks, call Graham.
I gotcha. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that's stupid. Like,
it's just what the NBA
open it all
did.
The way up or close it. What are we doing?
They did the exact same way the NBA did. GMs couldn't talk to players, but hey, LeBron, go talk to your buddy over there. And
Eddie
let's
Lockett
get a feel for what he's asking for, and we'll have contracts ready.
Friend of the show, Eddie Lockett says primetime loss to a kid from Bluefield, the Beavers. That's the
Chelsea
favorite high school football team. And John Chansey, poor Jimbo, cried about tampering today. That's really funny that he did that.
Hey, so what was the timeline here? End of season, then championship games, and then transfer portal announcements, and then bowl games were announced?
Yeah, it was like
the whole time coaches are going out getting players.
No, bowl game announcements were before transfer portal.
Yeah. So bowl game announcements,
they came Sunday.
Portal, it started then Monday, I think, transfer portal. Mm-hmm. And then immediately after that, you couldn't even get excited about the bowls because transfer portal, and then all the guys opting out of the bowls. So the bowls, again, we're back to like shit.
Who cares?
Just shit. They're
some of them, yeah.
They're terrible.
We talked about it a couple weeks ago also. You think about what we saw this starting to happen when Lincoln Riley went to USC. He replaced 50 players.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a complete
that's a lot of
shift of a team, Yeah.
It's going to catch up to you. That's not sustainable. No. I don't believe you can't do that every year. No. You can do it when it's happy and fun, and this just happened. He was just coaching at Oklahoma. He's going to go get his guys. I mean, look at the kid from South Carolina or from Oklahoma that transferred to South Carolina and then transferred back to Oklahoma. Stogner, the tight end. Uh-huh. I mean, sometimes the grass isn't always greener, and I just don't think it's sustainable for him to replace 50 players every year, because then if you're a high school recruit, if you're a 5-star kid that's going somewhere else, why would you want to go to USC? Because you're not going to play. You're just going to be replaced by the next big thing. It's like it's like the Mets. The old third baseman isn't happy right now because they just signed someone better. Happened with the Yankees with the third baseman a couple of years ago. I think his name was Aaron Boone, because he got hurt in some freak accident, and they signed a guy named little known guy named Alex Rodriguez to replace Aaron Boone. So what does Aaron Boone do when he gets back? He doesn't play anymore. So it's going to start being like that. It's professionalizing the sport. It really is. It's sad.
It's the minor leagues for the NFL, and the sadness is 3/4 of these kids don't get to the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
3/4, I would say more than that.
Well, you're true. Very true.
I still think that they need to move these bowl games, at least some of them, to week 0. Take whatever your bowl game is.
I like this idea.
That's a good idea.
Move it to week 0. Week 0 is shit. There's one game every year. And this year, and it wasn't even good. Nebraska lost to whoever the fuck.
Northwestern
in Ireland. Yeah.
And that was not That was the marquee game, and it was shit. And the only reason it got no notoriety is because they lost, and they should have won. Just make a nice, solid day in week 0, 4 bowl games, and that way everybody's playing something for the country to get excited about. It whets everybody's appetite, and just do it then.
Everyone does preseason picks. You just do the opposite.
Yeah.
The number 3 predicted SEC team plays the number 3 Big Ten team.
Yeah. You've got to promise me you're going to remove. If you're going to do 4 on the front, you got to remove 4 from this backside bunch of horseshit games that we got to watch the next 2 weeks. They're shit. They're complete shit. So get rid of them. Put them up front. I'm out. Nailed it. Here to help.
We have trades.
Santa locks.
We have trades, and we've moved the bowl games, and we've fixed college football.
That's right.
Boom. That's what we do here.
That's what we do.
So,
we just fix problems.
The three of you watching, there it is.
Yep.
And we're gonna have 322 teams in the playoff.
Yep. Yes.
That's gonna be the best. Love it.
Speaking of transfer portal opt-outs and all that other thing, and bowl games not being good, we get right into a couple of them. We got Clemson and Tennessee playing. Locke says, "Are there any players left that aren't in the portal?" Yes, there are actually a ton, but the big names for Tennessee, especially Hendon Hooker, he got hurt, so he's not playing. Towards ACL, he's out of eligibility as well. Then they lost Cedric Tillman, who's the wide receiver. He's the number 3 wide receiver probably, but he should have been the number 2 wide receiver. And then they lost the Biletnikoff winner, Jalen Hyatt, a Dutch Fork product out of South Carolina, who was the best wide receiver in the country. Clemson had an opt-out, a weird opt-out. Not that it's weird that he's going to opt out because he's projected to be a top 10 pick, but it's weird because Clemson doesn't normally have opt-outs. Miles Murphy is a defensive end, and then Barrett Carter declared for the NFL. So along with 9 transfers, I believe that was the number, 9 transfers. So it's kind of a skeleton of a game, but then you think about, for Clemson fans, you think about Cade Klubnik gets an opportunity to play against an SEC defense. I do a little research on the opponent, so I did it already. It's not going to come out for a little while on rubbingtherock.com, but click on it. That's all you need.
What?
Don't read it.
Just click on it.
rubbingtherock.com.
Over and over.
Just keep clicking because it's every thousand that gets me $1.
And you 3 listeners, just keep clicking. Just keep clicking.
And Clemson's favored by a balmy 6 in that game.
Yeah, well, I was doing some research.
I don't understand that.
I was doing some research on the defense. For Tennessee, and everyone was saying that North Carolina's pass defense was one of the worst in the country, and they are. I think they were ranked 119th in the country. Tennessee was ranked 127th in the country in pass defense. They've given up almost 3,500 yards. Divide that by 12 games.
Is that good?
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's like almost 300 yards in through the air a game. It's been a while since Clemson has had a 300-yard passer, so I'm hopeful that
it's only 291 yards per game.
Yeah, it's just so minor, and they also give up 183 rushing yards a game.
Yeah, it's not good.
So about we're a little past 400 yards a game.
But they average like 47.3 points a game. So do the math, and they only gave up.
That was
6 possessions to 4 possessions.
They only gave up 27 or something a game.
They had Hooker and Hyatt when they had that average real high.
And a lot of their receivers are averaging like 18, 19, 23 yards a carry or a catch. And they have 3 running backs. So, I mean, their offense is still going to be there. They have Joe Milton, who is transfer from Michigan. That's how you are going to start introducing everybody is transfer from Joe Milton.
That's their
backup.
And you have Josh Heupel, who
there's the other kid's a quarterback. I thought Milton?
The starter will be Joe Milton. Yeah,
is it Milton? Okay, I thought there was another one.
And then he's like 35 of 54 on the year, 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. See, I do actually do some research. When they're paying,
I am shocked. It's not for the show, but it's for other areas. But
he looked it up,
They pay
copied
me.
it and pasted it right into an article and read it once. So he's got
Copy
memorized.
paste. By the way,
So when I'm typing, I have the ESPN app up here, and I go to Tennessee, and I will look at it, and I read it, and then I do watch a little bit of film. Notre Dame, South Carolina is on the same day as Clemson and South Carolina.
It's at 3:30. Yeah, Notre Dame favored by 2.
I don't understand that one either.
Well, I do.
The worst rushing, one of the worst rushing defenses in the country.
Yeah, but they also lost their only receiver too. He's going in the NFL. He's opting out of the game.
You don't have your quarterback.
No, we don't have a quarterback.
You never
You
really
got
kind of
those-
did.
You got those 3 running backs, man. I'm not worried about Notre Dame at all. Michael Mayer's playing. You're good.
Mayers isn't playing.
He's not playing.
No.
I thought it was
Thanks
just
for the
Mares,
S.
not Mares.
Yeah, thanks for the edit. He's back. Still back.
He's still back.
It was
He's
like
not-
Christmas S. That's all I
It's been a
wanted for
while.
Christmas.
It's been such a Santa delivers. Oh, he's so good.
He's not
boss.
playing?
I heard he's not. He's entering the NFL draft, so he's not going to play.
Well, there's some guys that are entering the NFL draft that are.
Hey,
still gonna play
listen,
with
my
their team.
word's slur. I'm talking in cursives.
No. Michael Mayer.
Yeah, you do the research here.
Yeah,
While
hurry
we're
Chop,
on
chop.
that, UGA, the playoff is Georgia, Ohio State, which is the late game because I think they believe that that's going to be the better game.
Right.
And Michigan and TCU. Does this get you excited?
Yes.
Breaking news. We're breaking
Break,
news
break,
right
break.
now. It's probably 3 weeks old, but we're breaking it right here on the Beef Show.
JJ's right. No Mayer. All right, back to our regular schedule program.
Yeah, playoff.
Talk
Excited?
about back door. Let's get the 2.5.
Right?
Playoff
So,
Hook.
excitement.
yeah, what are these playoff games?
Georgia, Ohio
Georgia,
State,
Ohio
8
State.
o'clock.
6.5. Georgia wins by 24. What do you think?
TCU, Michigan. What do you think about that one?
I think that's
We'll
going to
go
be
back to Georgia, too.
not that good a game.
You think Georgia beats them by 24?
I think Georgia is going to. Okay, so you had this much time. Like, it's becoming like a Nick Saban type of thing. You give Kirby that much time to plan for him, like he did against Tennessee, which is supposed to be like the game of the century, and they stomped them. I don't see. Ohio State's fucking soft, man. You think Michigan was
Georgia's
tough?
defense.
Georgia's just as tough, if not tougher.
Georgia's defense is men.
Picking
are
up
men.
LSU people and then holding their hands in the air. What?
You know, it's like that. It's like that thing with the whole
Yeah,
picking
You
up.
missed
Loki,
that. I was like,
you know,
I was like, get over here. You gotta see this.
I don't think it's going to be 24, but I think there's going to be some hurting.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be hurting. So
Wasn't that Tennessee game like 28-7, but it wasn't that close?
Oh.
It was.
I think Georgia took the foot off the brake or the gas. It's like, nah, they're our SEC brethren.
They lost one of their tight ends, Eric Gilbert.
I don't think it's going to matter.
They have like 3. I think.
They still have 3,
Yeah.
even with
Yeah.
Eric Gilbert,
Yeah.
who has transferred into his 3rd or 4th school in as many years as well.
I
don't
like.
think he's
I think everyone likes Uga.
Sure.
And we'll pick it later. We'll pick
okay.
those 2 later. Sad story out of Starkville, Mississippi. Hit a little home here. I'll be honest. We saw the big guy a little sad over here. Mike Leach passes away, and one of the things that I was completely eye-opening because we love him, right? He was a
Not
favorite.
Locks. Like our last show, Locks broke up with him. I think Leach died of a broken heart.
I'm pretty sure of it. Actually,
It's Locks' fault.
Yeah,
It's
so
Locks'
we're blaming-
fault. What a jerk.
What a jerk.
Yeah.
Single-handedly, all these fun stories are coming out. He single-handedly revived a restaurant, a locally owned restaurant in Starkville. They were going out of business, and he came in with a check and just got her going again for the rest of the year or something like that. It's crazy. But the thing that really was eye-opening, a sad story, but the thing that was really eye-opening was his coaching tree.
Mm-hmm.
It was unreal.
Yeah.
And he had a great story.
Unreal.
Great story about Lincoln Riley. He was coaching him, I guess, at Texas Tech. And he had him in the office and he told him, like, you're not. The story goes, they didn't tell you who it was, but they said, you're not going to be playing here. your best option is to come be like an offensive assistant for me. We'll still honor your scholarship, but yeah, you're probably going to be really buried on the depth chart, son. And so it would probably be a really good idea if you come back tomorrow with your clipboard, be ready to go. And he said that he cursed Leach out, and he was like, "This is crap. This is shit. I can't believe you're doing this to me. How do you do this? Who do you do?" Shows up the next day with a clipboard, and that kid was Lincoln Riley.
That's cool.
But that's just one name. He's got names for days. Kingsbury. I know you sent a thing before, Jeff.
The coach for Baylor,
Sonny Dykes.
Sonny Dykes.
Yep.
He's going to be
was in
coach of the year.
Yeah, he will.
He's got like 8-9 guys that, I mean,
He does. Neil Brown.
Kingsbury.
I saw it the other day. I had it the other day, and of course I lose it today. But
Real innovator, man.
Dave Aranda, Neil Brown, Sonny Cumbie at Louisiana Tech, who Clemson fans love, Josh Heupel, Dana Holgerson, Cliff Kingsbury, Lincoln Riley, and Nevada's head coach Ken Wilson.
All offensive guys. Like
Not just a piece.
Well, not the Baylor guy. Baylor guy's defensive guy.
That's right. Yeah.
But
How money?
Weird of weird. Before Leach died, I ran to this kid. He was about 28, 29 at the cigar bar, and he's watching the Oregon State game. And I'm like, "Oh, you Pac-12 guy?" He goes, "Yeah, my dad played at Oregon State. I played at Wazoo." I said, "No kidding." He goes, "Leach was my coach." I'm like, "You're kidding me." It's like, I told him about the show and how we all love Leach. Anyway, he told me about his trip to if he's going to sign with Wazoo or not. And I guess boys being boys, he went to go party with the two guys that were taking care of him. He woke up in Idaho the next day, partying. And I guess his meeting with Leach was at 10:30. He calls up in a panic, "Coach, I'm going to be late. I'm so sorry. I understand if you don't want to see me, blah, blah, blah." The kid comes in, I mean, just haggard at noon. The kid's name's Carter. I will not give his last name.
Yeah.
Kid's name's Carter. Comes in, and Leach is just looking at him like, "Really, son?"
Yeah.
And he goes, Who you crashing with this weekend?" "Oh, this guy. I expected no less, and you're 18 years old. Welcome to Washington State." That was it. He goes, "What's your offensive scheme?" Well, he was a wide receiver. "What kind of offense do you like? We are going to, and I guess Leach is like, "You're 18, kid. I understand." And that was it.
Let's get out of the system now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that was just a fantastic. I mean, that was Mike Leach.
Yeah.
He let you be a person.
Yeah.
Yeah, they retired his stool at his Captain Tony's.
That was cool. He's big
Key West
guy. Big Key West.
Yeah, that's where the pirate came from.
He was a pirate.
Yeah.
So I was a little heartbroken the past few days after that. He wasn't your typical interview guy. He wasn't your typical press guy. He was just a good dude.
Difference good, especially in college football.
No doubt.
Any sport. It's just different is good.
Yep.
And he was different.
What was that one? You had something here. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is the most important. We'll go from sad to a little bit more upbeat here. Locks, you were telling us the other day that you went to a Ghost Pirate game.
Yes. Hockey for first.
Savannah, Georgia has hockey.
Savannah,
Ghost
Georgia.
Pirates?
Also known as like a frozen tundra when you think about it, just at first glance. Yeah.
Do they have hats?
Got a new arena. I'm sure it didn't make it into the actual arena store, so I apologize. We'll be going back though because whole family went. My parents went, kids, wife. One of my kids brought a friend too, and it was great. We had a great time, man. It was very enjoyable. I hadn't seen a hockey game since I bet I was in middle school. I used to go and see Kent State play a good bit, and they played some big teams. They played Michigan, Notre Dame, Michigan State, a lot of teams up there. So it was always fun. But I just forgot about like watching live hockey. It's a lot more fun than watching on TV. But a couple observations. The Ghost Pirates, this is their first year. They stink. They're not good. Okay.
Who are they affiliated with?
First period, 5 shots.
Golden Knights, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, that Vegas team?
Yeah.
Okay.
5 shots on goal in the first period. Not good. That's not what you're looking for. Playing the Atlanta, whatever they're called, Atlanta.
Hey, guess
Knights
what? The Lightning had 5 shots in 2 periods last night.
Well, Atlanta in the first period had 19 shots on goal, so you can see how this is going. But it was 1-0. They held it, tied it up, and immediately Atlanta scored another goal, 2-1. There was an almost fight. So this is where my question comes in. Okay.
Yeah. Why was there an almost fight and not a full blown fight?
Because they broke it up. So it was funny. We're sitting up in the upper deck, so you can kind of see it going on, like 2 guys spinning around in circles.
Yeah.
Shaking the glove, about ready to.
The gloves came off. Okay.
They were getting
That's
close.
That's big.
Getting close, but they're holding each other and just spinning in circles. So 2 to 3 refs come over, break it up. So you're seeing that scuffle being broken up, and then meanwhile you look over to the top left. Here's 2 other guys circled, going round and round. So the refs go over. All 3 refs are there. So meanwhile, these 2 guys start going back again, and it's just back and forth, back and forth. So they just pulled everybody apart somehow, and they put 2 guys from each team in the box, in the penalty box. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, in my thought was we're going 3-on-3, right?
Yeah. No.
Why not? Why not? Tell me.
When it's a fighting or a roughing and they're offsetting, they'll basically put it. It's not a major penalty, but it's a major penalty. They'll put them in the box together and they offset. So they're not going 3-on-3. They not only will stay full strength 5-on-5, but after the 2, they don't just get released after the 2 minutes like a normal penalty when it's a penalty kill or a power play. They have to wait till the first whistle after 2 minutes to be released.
I was going to say that happened, and then there was a full escort over to the bench because they weren't going to let them out of the box and start beating at each other. So full escort across. It was during an icing or something. They just pulled them across, and they both went. But they were in the box, just jabbering at each other and yelling and stuff, and the crowd was going nuts and into it. It was
a lot of those guys, and this is going to sound funny to say this, but a lot of those guys are friends. Not only friends, but they have a role to play. So they're playing this role, but they're also, I hesitate to say the word staged, but they're staged in that these guys know they're going to fight. It's the Atlanta Gladiators, and they know they're going to fight. The Joe Schmo is going to fight Randy Schmo when Atlanta plays Savannah. It's partially because they have a role to play and they have to do it. It's also a little bit to the crowd. They're playing at a lower level. They want to prove it to their guys, their coaches, their scouts, everything like that.
Watch slapstick.
Yeah.
The ECHL is probably the lowest level. Think single A for baseball.
It is single A, yeah.
Not bad. It's not bad hockey, but those guys have a couple rungs to jump before they can get into the NHL. So
if you look in the standings, like Savannah is like 4th to last, and Atlanta is like 2nd or 3rd place. And just the passing alone, when they're setting up a play, it was just crisp for Atlanta and Savannah.
Atlanta even sucks as a minor league team.
Yeah, no, Atlanta was better. Atlanta was way better.
Yeah, but I mean, they sucked as an NHL team.
Yeah, but really had a good time. I was kind of wondering how my family, my crew, and even my wife, she's like, I'd go back in a heartbeat. So, but it was fun. It was fun to watch. It was very well done, and they keep it moving. In between the periods.
Well, that's hockey.
Yeah,
that's hockey.
Yeah. It was just well done.
They're gonna cut the ice, and as soon as they're done, they're shoveling it off, all the excess, and the referees are right back on. I mean, that's just hockey. It does move. Yeah, you're in and out. Even at an NHL game with all the pomp and circumstance, and you're still out within 2 hours.
This was like 2 hours and 15 minutes. Yeah, it was pretty quick. So,
best live sport to go see.
I think I told you this story on this show, and I know I've told you both personally this story, but ECHL is pretty cool. And I had a kid that I taught that played for the New Jersey team, and a lot of these teams, like there's a lot of ECHL teams, so they kind of regionalize. So they Savannah probably played Atlanta 3 times that week.
Yeah, and there's Charleston. It's just like a region. Yeah, exactly.
But some of these northern teams, they will go play, especially regionally, like on the East Coast, they'll go play the southern teams, and they'll just stay for a week, and they'll play the Florida Everblades, and they'll play the Orlando Predators, and then they'll
make a week out of it.
Yeah, they do.
And they're in a location.
They're going different locations. So anyway, so this kid comes down, and I'm living in Tampa at the time, so I went over and watched him play against the Orlando team, and he gets me tickets. So I was like, cool, this is awesome. So I go to the will call, and I get a ticket.
Hey, is that the Solar Bears?
It was the Solar Bears, not the Predators.
Yeah.
Predators is arena football. So I went in and I get to the will call and they hand me 2 tickets. It was just me, but they hand me 2 tickets and it says general admission on it, like GA8 or something like that on it. So I'm like, okay, whatever. General admission. That no one's gonna be here, right? So GA, I'm gonna walk down to the glass. So I walk into where they tell me to go, and it's just like me and an elevator. And as I'm walking up, the elevator's opening, and the elevator attendant is pushing people off. He's like, "You don't get on this elevator." So I was like, "I've never been in this arena, sir. I don't know where I'm going. Here's my ticket. Am I in the right spot?" And they said, "Yeah." He's like, "Absolutely. Come on in, sir." Pushes 8 on the elevator, and I'm like, "Really? I'm friends and family, and you're going to put me on the 8th floor?" I'm like, "Good Lord." So we go to the 8th floor. It opens up, walk out, and as soon as I walk out, there's red carpet and ropes.
What?
And I'm like, hold on a second. So I walk up, and these people, I'm like, I'm clearly in the wrong place. My ticket says general admission. Hand it to the lady. She's like, "No, sir. No, you're in the right spot." Opens up the curtain thing so I can keep walking. We're in a luxury box, chock full of food, family of all of the players. And this guy,
a real family event.
You found yourself in this position.
You had to buy beer. The food was all taken care of, but you had to buy your own beer. I didn't know that. All right. Yeah. So there was the family of the goalie, who's actually the starting goalie for the Philadelphia Flyers right now.
Really?
Was on this Trenton team. Yeah, Carter. I forget his last name, but you said Carter. I can't think of his name, but I'll remember it. So I went back and I saw beer on ice. So I just grabbed, it was a Michelob Ultra. I just grabbed one, come sit down, crack it open, start drinking it. The guy taps me on the shoulder. He's like, "Hey, that's one of my beers." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I thought we were in the box." He's like, "No, you have to pay for the beers." I'm like, "Oh my God, I am so sorry, sir. I'll take care of you." He's like, "It's not a big deal. Yeah, sure. If you want to take care of us, I'm like, "Yeah, no problem at all." Attendant comes in. I'm like, "Can I get a Michelob Ultra for these guys?" She's like, "Well, you can only buy them in 12 packs." I'm like, "Okay, all right, I'll buy a 12 pack. That's fine." She's like, "It's $180."
I was gonna say.
I said, "You realize this is the ECHL, right?"
Yeah.
And she just looked at me, but my free ticket turned into $180 night, and for one beer.
Oh God!
It was still fun.
I have a Richmond Renegade story. When I was in college, Richmond Renegades, they were, God, I can't remember who the hell they were with. Anyway, I think Rangers. Buddy of mine was dating a cheerleader for the Richmond Renegades. So we got free tickets all the time for about 2 months. And then we'd always hang out with the team at this bar in Richmond called Penny Lane Pub. It was an English pub, all that kind of stuff, darts and shit. Always got drunker and shit. Anyway, we stopped getting free tickets when my buddy found out the cheerleader was 16.
Oh.
It's like, wait a minute. Can't you still get tickets? It's like, come on. So, yeah, it's like, well, how'd you know? I said, well, I looked at her purse. I looked at her driver's license. Like, took you 2 months?
Atlanta Gladiators are the Arizona Coyotes of ECHL affiliate.
So they're almost the same grade since they played in like a college rink, don't they?
You could have been a Thrasher.
Could have been. Yeah. We're getting close to night time. JJ, what'd you learn on TikTok this week? Anything?
Yes, the segment that everybody loves.
Yeah, I realized that there's some crazy son of bitches out there that go out in the wild, have an axe and a little handsaw, and just build these little damn cabins out of sod and timber.
What?
And I don't know where the hell they get the nails and all that bullshit. There's these people all over the world that want to get off the grid, and they just start cutting down and building frontier damn cabins and shit. No internet, no nothing. They go pick roots in the middle of nowhere and have a dog. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you people?
Yeah.
Did you tell them that?
A couple of them. Which makes me wonder how the hell they got TikTok in the middle of nowhere.
There's a will, there's a way. Especially with the TikTok.
It's like a 2-minute reality show. And then you got to go to part 2, then part 3, and part 4. And then all of a sudden they have a tarp to put over the top of their roof, so. Yeah. And then they can put sod on top of that. And, they're making these whatever.
Where do they go to the
I think I
bathroom?
could build a little hut now in the middle of the woods.
Where do they go to the bathroom?
Dig a hole and shit.
Speaking of bathrooms, Locks, you got a funny story about Costco bathroom?
Oh yeah, good segue.
Look at you. I see what you did there.
I didn't care where they went to the bathroom.
All right, so I'm going to try and keep this going because it's going to take a second. So about 2 years ago, I discovered I can't eat eggs anymore. Okay, it makes me really sick. Like not like projectile or anything, but like cramps.
You just got to shit.
No, I just like it feels like I have a worm in my intestines for like 24 hours, and it's awful feeling. So I haven't eaten eggs in 2 years. So guess what? Breakfast.
How do you go to Waffle House?
Breakfast, I know. Breakfast isn't that much fun anymore. Think about what you're going to eat when you can't eat eggs.
Pancakes and smothered and covered.
I eat a bagel every day. It gets tiring. So we went to like a Santa breakfast gingerbread house type of thing. Okay.
At the club.
At the club, yes, where I play golf.
Oh, pardon me. Hold on.
So what do they got to eat there?
This drink.
What do I eat there? Sausage and bacon. And like a lot of sausage and bacon. And then I ate more sausage and bacon on top of it. Okay. So we leave there and I go to Costco with the whole fam. Okay. It's right across the street.
Right.
Go to Costco, take about 25 steps into Costco, go, oh boy. Maybe that was a little too much grease. Okay, where is the bathroom? And I was like, no, I'm gonna be okay. And then I was like, nope, definitely gotta go. Run to Costco bathroom, okay? And
Clean.
Well, so we're walking in, and you got the men's and the women's, and it's busy. And I'm like, okay, this isn't gonna be good. And I looked to the left, family bathroom. Just yes, okay. Family bathroom. Like run in, like scene from Dumber and Dumber, feet are off the floor. It's like that bad, okay? You got the big, you know what I'm talking about, the big toilet paper dispenser with the monster rolls.
Right, the jumbo rolls. Yeah.
Right, okay? Brand new rolls are in there.
Nice, clean.
So I'm on a handicap toilet, you know what I'm talking about, higher, but the roll thing is lower.
Were your feet dangling like a child?
No, I'm pretty comfortable, you know, but it's not a lot of leverage. None was needed. But I can't get my hand on that cheap ass toilet paper.
You gotta get it underneath.
You know, I'm trying to get it going, and I don't want to get up, and I would literally have to get on my knees and get down there. Like it was low. It was mounted too low. Fine.
But you got monkey arms.
I start pulling, and I get my other hand down here, and I'm pulling, and I get it started, get it going. Okay, we're going, get the paper coming out, but it's the sheet's like this wide, and it like when you start like tape sometimes, and
it goes like sideways,
and they got it. Well, so mine started about half of the roll. Okay, so I'm pulling, and it's just thin, like you can see through it, and as I'm pulling, it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. To like, dude, I had like, it was like half inch by the time, and I can't. I'm trying to dig my fingernails in there to get across to get started. It's just on the floor. It's literally, there's a pile of paper on the floor this tall, and they're all this wide.
Well, at least you could reach now.
Yeah.
So I just grabbed like a wad of it. And I'm like splotching up, and I wipe my ass. So I'm like, okay, we got this. We're good. And then, here comes round two. So we have to start over. I'm pulling again, and like I'm sweating. It's terrible. And by the time I got done, y'all, it was like I said, a half inch, and I'm just wadded it, and like it wasn't doing it. So then I finally stood up and I grabbed a paper towel. To finish it off.
You gotta do it, you know?
Guys.
And to cap it off, it wouldn't flush.
No, you just leave it. You just get the fuck out of there. Wipe the sweat off your brow. Get the fuck out.
Like the pipe and the thing's down, and I'm shaking it and pulling on it.
Get out of there.
I finally went and
Port mission.
It was
Let the next family do it, because you can play that off like my son.
And then I forgot my phone. And then so I had to run back in. I got it. I was like, get me out of here.
You give me shit, that would have been the perfect time for the airport game.
He's by himself.
Yeah, I was by myself.
I can blame it on someone else.
Yeah, I don't know who did that.
Boy, oh boy.
I got a
Yeah.
Waffle House story. You all wouldn't. It was like, holy shit.
In Waffle House, those bathrooms aren't good either.
No, they're not good. I used to
No,
go to
but I didn't go to the bathroom. It was just it was nuts. I had all right, let's just say me and a couple of my friends closed down the bars. So we all kind of looked at each other. I was like, Waffle House? Yeah, sure. Okay. So we go to Waffle House. I'm not saying I drank and drove, but yeah, maybe. Anyway, so we get to Waffle House. We notice there's a cop there, and he's dressed like he's ready for 9/11. You know,
Tactical.
Got the Kevlar's, got the vest, has security, blah, blah, blah. We walk by and like, hey, man, how you doing? 2 seconds later, here comes this like beach Jeep, yellow, no doors, no top, no nothing. 2 guys jumps the curb. Woohoo! Thinks Waffle House has a drive-through. Goes right behind and smacks the fence. I mean, just boom. I was like, holy shit. He go, and then you just heard the guy go, oh fuck. And then you hear word, runs around, tears off his mirror, and hightails it because the cop's like, hey man, we're gonna get your ass. I'm like, well, go get him. And he's just like, no, I'm just a parking lot cop. I'm like, are you serious?
Wow.
Hey, Paul Bart. So then we go into the damn
It can't get better.
There was like 8 groups of strippers just making asses out of themselves. Well, there's like 4 tables of strippers. So, 8 strippers. And then there are guys. And then all of a sudden we're just laughing our asses off. One of my friends farts on another friend. It was not me. Couldn't believe it. All right. So we're getting ready to leave. And then this chick comes in with like a leopard bodysuit with her guy, and she literally stands up on the counter and starts twerking.
Wow.
Yeah.
Welcome to Tampa, boys.
Love Tampa.
It was just like the only thing that was missing was midgets and like a lion tamer and this whole group.
Lion King.
Speaking of midgets and a lion tamer, Locks, you've had some run-ins with Gamecock fans recently?
2 out of the past 3 days. Yep, for sure.
What's happened there? Expound on
fortunately, I was locked and loaded, though. I went to get my pathetic arm checked out at the doctor, and I went to the counter, and there's this dude at the computer. Can I help you? Some little tool. And looks like he hasn't showered in at least a week. He's got dandruff and greasy hair.
Nice.
I knew something was off. And I had my Clemson hat on. I had it off in my hand. He goes, and I said I was here for an appointment. He goes, oh, I see you're a Clemson fan. I was like, yep. He goes, well, I'm a Gamecock fan. I'm sorry. I was like, well, don't be sorry. I said, we have 3 national championships. It's exactly what I said to him. And he took my money. So he actually won that battle. Because it costs a lot of money. So, but yeah, I mean, I just was like, it just rolled off the tongue, and he didn't say anything else. So then the next day, I'm in the UPS store returning some Amazon shit. I'm in there, and it's pretty crowded,
Yours or your wife's Amazon shit?
Mine. It was actually something I bought incorrectly for work, but took it back. I'm waiting in line, and we're there for a while, and everybody sees everybody or whatever. But I was staring at my phone. I hadn't really looked at anybody, and I had my Clemson hat on again. And dropped my package off, and I'm walking out, and this dude goes, you're a Clemson fan? He said, we beat y'all this year. And I turn around and look, and it's a guy who has a Gamecock. Yeah, we beat y'all this year. And I turn around and look. I was like, this motherfucker. And I'm walking out of the store. And I look, and thank God I looked before I just released a verbal tirade at this. God bless him. I don't know what happened to him, but he had no legs. And as I realized he had no legs, I said one.
Stand up and say that to me.
All I said was one. It was coming out of my mouth. I said one, and I looked at him, and I was like, "Fuck, he has no legs." And he just looks at me. I was like, "You won by 1 point." And I just turned around. I said, "It's about time y'all beat us." And I just walked out.
I bet you had one leg.
But the day before, and then
one leg,
it was coming out. Like I was like,
"Hey, Stumpy."
He had no legs, y'all. He had like metal. He had the metal feet, like a whole 9 yards from me down. And I was like, boy, I'm glad I looked before I just just spit
If
fire.
you don't
at him.
want no shit, don't talk no shit.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of did it. He said, "Hey, we beat y'all," and I was like, y'all kept your
You
heads
didn't
down
play.
for the past 7 years.
If you didn't have arms, you couldn't beat yourself.
and if God damn, I never said anything to them when we beat them.
I know it's weird. They
We're
don't know
just-
what to do.
it's-
We don't know
It's
what
called
to do
character.
either.
It's called class.
And I know I hate it. I don't talk trash because I know it's going to come back and bite me in the ass.
There's no reason to.
Well,
You know?
we don't know what to do either because it's been so long that we've gotten
Yeah, it's
used
like,
to
how do you
not-
talk trash?
It's always nice to have the national championships in your back pocket, though.
Right. But I mean, it's like, really, dude?
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
I saw red though as I was
But that's
walking out.
that's why I usually just go right for the nutsack. You just hit him hard, especially that fucker that had no legs. I'd get his ass.
1 point.
It's like
On that note,
all I do is roll your ass right into a fucking wall, and you're Merry Christmas.
That I don't know. That's why it's chilled out. Oh boy.
say good night, boys. We're
Good
leaving.
night. Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Happy
Merry
holidays.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holidays. Merry
Enjoy
Christmas.
from all of us here at the Chop and Beef Show. And go fuck yourselves.